let me get right into it. You know, you've said you've been searching for your husband for over 2 years now.
Almost 3 now.
Almost 3 years.
September.
Yes.
On the 18th day of September, I learned he was on his way to a political function somewhere in Anambra, Ihiala. All right, and then the report I got was that the vehicle he was in was attacked by some armed hoodlums, and then he got kidnapped. So the party, via their spokesperson, the organizing secretary there in Anambra, one Clement Ojukwu, assured my family that they are in communication with the kidnappers.
Right.
So they came out to say, oh, it was a political kidnap, but they are communicating with him. They were campaigning regardless, even though my husband was missing. Right in the middle of it, I waited. The election came and passed. In the midst of that, my waiting, I went through all kinds of trauma. I had a miscarriage. I was in the hospital for so long. When I couldn't hold it anymore, and I started posting on social media, right, trying to get the attention of the right people. My mother-in-law called me and said the party has warned that all of these things I'm doing could get my husband killed.
So the party wanted you to stop talking?
Exactly. That I should just be silent. What's my gain if I keep making noise on social media, calling attention, and they just bring me the dead body of my husband? Because none of them ever called me.
Right, we're speaking to your mother-in-law.
Yes,
right.
I got the number. The organizing secretary didn't take my call. He didn't return it. He refused to talk to me. I don't know why. That's Clement Ojukwu. Then I was able to reach the National Party chairman, Barrister Julius Abure, and I spoke to him. I asked her, please, what's going on? Where is my husband? He said, well, they've done the much they can at the party level. The IG of police is aware, the DSS is aware. He doesn't know why they are not doing enough to rescue my husband. He said it ought to be a national issue. He doesn't know why they are also silent about it. Then he went ahead to tell me that my husband's sponsor, that's the cousin, that he learned he's paying ransom, that the monies he paid via account details, that the police should go after those people and get them. So I appealed to him that, okay, how can you help me? How can you help us at the national level? What can I do from here? He said, well, I'm the one who wears the shoe and I know how it hurts. So in that confusion, I just ran to Abuja. I was sent to the IRT, the intelligence response team there in Abuja, under the command of Olatunji Disu then. They told me that they invited the organizing secretary for interview or interrogation, and he didn't honor the invitation. It was at that time I now started to understand that they were not even in control. And you came out to make a whole video press release about this, that you are in communication with my husband based on what somebody told you, that you are not sure. I found it difficult to believe. Then the person who drove my husband on that day came back unhurt. So when the IRT came to Anambra, they now were looking for the man who drove my husband on that day. The family came up with a story that the driver has been kidnapped himself.
That's the driver's family, the one that came back and told you what happened.
Yes.
His family now said he has been kidnapped.
He has been kidnapped, and they are now looking for him as well. Some other person came and said he's the chief negotiator between the kidnappers and my family, claiming that he's delivering the ransom. So they said, okay, the driver is also missing. So I was able to get his details. I gave to the police. They started tracking, and they arrested the driver in Abuja.
I don't understand. Like, how did he?
He was in Abuja with his younger brother when the men of the IRT arrested him. The one who claimed to be taking ransom, the IRT tracked him as well, invited him with the sponsor and a whole lot of other persons. They came. When they brought the one taking ransom, the man who drove my husband on that day, all of us were there in the IRT office. It turned out that it was the one who was taking ransom, working with the driver. He is the one, according to the driver, who told him to go under and claim that he has been kidnapped. I go back to the party chairman, the national party chairman.
National Chairman Julius
Yes,
Abure.
Barrister Julius Abure.
Right.
I learned the police also invited him, and he came and said the much he knew. 4 days to that election in Anambra, you had no idea where your flag bearer was, and you were campaigning so elaborately, claiming, even boasting that you will win the election, even went to the poll, voted. So you were really hoping to win the election for what? For who? If you really knew nothing about where he was or what has happened to him, why are you still going on with the campaign? Now, from the IRT, the driver was arrested, the man taking ransom was arrested. It was clear. Then the one who was taking ransom started claiming that there is someone else that if that one is arrested will lead them. He still retreated it before me and the police, that he will take them to where my husband is being held, if only they can arrest a certain black stone. And thankfully, the men of the IRT was able to arrest the guy. And they brought him. I was there too. When he saw him, he was, shocked. And then the story changed. This one said, it's a lie. You don't know, you don't. They were just going back and forth. So I was lost that after all of this has been said before the IRT, these men were released on bail. The driver was released. I ran there when I heard. Why? They said, he was on compassionate ground. His father died. He was sick. And I'm like, you released him. The one who was collecting ransom and his colleague, they said they want to, I insisted, charge them to court. They said, even if they charge them to court, court will grant. I said, charge them to court. They charged them with misleading information. And extortion, and of course court granted them bail. They jumped the bail. The guy who was collecting ransom was threatening me from the other end. They would deal with me, they would show me. I started running from one end to the other. It was at that point I was able to find my way to Pato Tommy's office. When I learned he had joined Labour Party, that was when Peter Obi also joined. Yeah. I went there, God being so kind. I just walked out with no appointment, nothing. I just met him. Prof. Pato Tommy was able to help me reach Professor Charles Soludo, and he called me, and I explained my situation. Via his assistance, I met the Commissioner for Police in Anambra, Echeng. That was the Commissioner for Police then. After I told him the story, he told me, well, that my family said that nobody was missing. I said, my family. Who is my family? Me, my mother-in-law. He said, no, the party. They got a voice note. The PRO there played me a voice note saying that their candidate is not missing. Nobody kidnapped their candidate, that he's in Lagos with his wife. So the police told me that when they got the voice note now, they said, okay, maybe it's just a political stunt to get pity votes. And I'm like, this is a full-grown human being, people's father, somebody's all in all, my husband. Going back to the DSS, they said, well, the Labour Party didn't make any complaint. That what happened is that this happened on the 18th of September 2021. On the 19th, which was a Sunday, the state party chairman casually just came, say, oh, they kidnapped her. They say, okay, write something now on Monday, that is a working day, or Tuesday, because they do sit at home, you come, let's document it and go into action. And he just wrote on a plain sheet of paper, oh, he was kidnapped, and that's it. They showed me the file, nothing, no follow-up, nothing. Probably that's what they were referring, because when I started insisting that the organizing secretary show me the copy of the petition you filed, since you said everybody is aware and they are doing nothing, they didn't show me anything. They also told me that the organizing secretary told them that even my mother-in-law is in communication with her son. I was like, what's going on? Which mother-in-law is in communication with her son? My mother-in-law that is almost dying.
Yeah.
She had a heart issue. We nearly lost her on this matter. Is the person that is communicating.
That she's in touch with her son.
Then I went back to the police in Anambra. I worked with them. The DSS came to Lagos here and arrested the driver, because the driver was back here in Lagos, owned the shop, living his life, just like nothing happened. Turned big man overnight. So when the men of the DSS arrested him, took him down to Anambra, remaining the one who was collecting ransom, I then worked with the police in Anambra. They tracked that one to Abuja as well, arrested him, brought him down. That was how we handed them to DSS.
And the two people you're referring to are the
driver Chukwu Odimegu,
and the one that
Maxwell Mwokolo.
And Chukwu Odimegu is the driver.
Is the driver.
And Maxwell
is the one who was
that's collecting the ransom from you.
Yes.
Now let us understand that ransom story. So Maxwell, I think it was about 5 million naira.
Yes.
Collected 5 million naira from you to
from the sponsor.
From the sponsor, that is your husband's distant cousin.
Yes.
To say he could find that he knew the kidnappers.
Yes. He said he himself was also in the camp when my husband was brought.
And after collecting the 5 million, then he starts threatening you.
Yes, and even 3 motorbikes, because he said they need the motorbikes for easy movement and what have you.
So he took 5 million and 3 motorbikes.
Yes, and some other monies that are, this 5 million is the bulk one that was transferred at the Kanaka. There were so many cash, like 4 million, 2 million. He just kept coming up with different things. That's when I knew that something was fishy. There was a time we went to my mother-in-law that they said they needed 1 million for his feeding. I said, for his feeding. Is he in a boarding house? What nonsense is this?
The following up with Senator Ifeanyi Ubah, that also led to the same dead end of the Commissioner of Police.
Dead end, yes.
Where's your husband's deputy at the moment?
He's in Anambra as well.
Has he been involved in any of this search?
No. I just keep calling him. He will tell me that, that the party is not carrying him along in anything they do, and he has even cross-carpeted. He's no longer in Labour Party. I
know that you reached out to Professor Patu Tome, who had joined Labour Party at the time. Were you able to reach out to the presidential candidate of the Labour Party at any time?
That's His Excellency Peter Obi. Yes. I tried, even till today. Labour Party just moved on.
My life has obviously been on pause since this thing happened.
I am just existing. I'm not living.